Hi there, this is Joe from SquareXO, and this is SquareXO episode 47. Today I'm joined by Rebecca.
Hello.
I don't know what I was going to call you there, by the way.
It's just like, oh god, is it me?
And also Nicole.
Hello.
I think I had this hybrid name in my head, like Rebecca or something.
Oh, like the two of us in one go.
Yes, what one am I saying first?
That'd kill some time, wouldn't it? Just
Okay, don't forget you can follow us on twitter.com/square_xo, twitch.tv/squarexo, we're on patreon.com/squarexo, youtube.com/squarexo, I think.
Yeah.
Jeez, there's a lot of /squarexos there. And also www.squarexo.co.uk, and we're on Podbean, iTunes, and all those places, so you can listen to us wherever you want, as long as you leave us a nice review afterwards. Boom. Good. That was done. That was very professional. Getting better at that, even though I've not done it for a while. Oh, sorry, I've been missing, by the way. I know I've not been about for a while. I kind of enjoyed that Christmas break too much, I think.
Yeah.
I kind of get in that lull at Christmas where I don't... You'd think at Christmas you'd play loads of games, whereas I go the complete opposite way and don't play anything. Always the same. Yeah, I think it's just because there's so many games all throughout the year, and at Christmas it slows down, and I think I'm just so used to... Throughout the years I always had my holidays at Christmas. I would take 2 weeks off because the news was quiet, and I would just chill, and I think I'd just carry that on.
Really?
Kinda,
yeah. I get more motivated around Christmas because I know I've got to start finishing stuff because I've got loads more coming, so...
Yeah.
Nah, I don't know what it is. I just quite enjoy just chilling and not doing anything. Quite like it. So I've not been doing much. Basically, I just cook instead at Christmas, make loads of cakes and stuff. That's what I like doing. And then it'll be back to games soon.
Close second.
See, I've got enough to get a PSVR now. And
You're gonna have to.
They were $299, right, with Skyrim for the starter set, but now it's went back up to $350 without Skyrim for the starter set.
Just
so I've got the money. I could
one,
buy one right now, but I'm a bit like, well, it was $299. Maybe I should just wait and see if there's any more deals. Because I kind of really want to get it, but I don't suppose there's a great big rush just yet. I can wait and see if they cut the price down when
well, don't get it when you're not motivated either, because it'll just be kind of you'll sit there and gather dust, and you'll be like, oh, I could have waited until they'd gone down in price or something.
I kind of want to get a GoPro as well, because I love I love the filming they do, and I want to start doing some vlogging or filming or something, just because I like doing the filming, and it's a bit like... I don't know what one to get because they're both at the same price. So I'm just stuck.
Choices.
I know. I don't know. Maybe I'll just leave it out all for now and just not bother until I want VR to drop in price, so that would be ideal for me. But anyway, let's go into the news then. The first bit of news I got is there's a new Scribblenauts coming to PS4, Xbox One, and Switch as well. Did anyone ever play Scribblenauts before?
Oh, I have on the 3DS. That's where you type in a word and that object appears and you use it to solve puzzles and stuff.
Yeah, it's quite fun.
Yeah, I think I played Super Scribblenauts on the... was it the DS or the 3... I want to say the DS.
I think it was 3DS.
Yeah. One of the two. But yeah, I played that when I was younger. I thought that was quite amusing. To
be honest, I think once is enough for me with that game.
Oh yeah, I don't think I'd go back to it. But when I was younger, because I must have been playing it when I was 12, 13, 14, I just used to have so much fun making all these crazy combinations, like a flying bathtub, and it would literally appear, and I was like, that's amazing! I loved it. You could literally do pretty much anything, and it would just pop up straight away. It was great.
I think the iPad version was probably the best.
Probably.
iPad or something.
I've literally never heard of it, so this is completely... Yeah,
it's quite good fun.
Okay, also I've got Fable is coming back. Microsoft, not long after closing down Lionhead, has decided to bring Fable back without the studio that kind of made it. So I don't really get that decision, but hey, who was doing it? Oh, but the people who are doing it are Playground, who do Forza Horizon. So that'll be interesting because the Forza Horizon's a cracking game, so I think they've got
I've always
a new
been
team.
interested in Fable.
So they'll keep Forza Horizon going, but they've got a second team that will be working on Fable.
Yeah.
So that's quite interesting indeed. I wonder if it'll be kind of it'll stick to the same principles of third-person RPG, or if because it kind of what they've learned in Forza Horizon and go for sort of open world FPS sort of, because obviously they do driving, so that I don't know if that could easily translate to maybe making it a first-person role-playing game, possibly. I don't know. It'd be quite interesting to see Fable in first person, but I think I would be a bit disappointed because we've already got quite a lot of first person roleplay games, so the fact Fable's a third person roleplay game is quite unique in it, really. It's not that many, is there? I guess Dragon Age. Is Dragon Age third person? I think it is, isn't it?
Third person, yeah.
Yeah, so I quite like Fable being third person. I hope they stick to that.
Yeah.
We'll see, I guess. Okay, on to Switch. Switch moved 1.5 million units last month and was the best. It was the best December for 3DS since 2014. There we go. Even 3DS is doing well. The Xbox outsold the PlayStation in America in December, so kind of PlayStation was last, but PlayStation still sold like 6 million units in a matter of months or something, so it's way up at like 74 million sold, I think. Worldwide, so it's crazy. Theme Hospital is getting a spiritual successor called 2 Point Hospital. I didn't play the original Theme Hospital, but
no, so I've seen people going absolutely crazy about it on Twitter.
There seems to be a lot of people quite excited about the fact that there's a successor coming, but none of us have really played it, I don't suppose, so it's a bit hard for us to go, oh yes, we're so excited, because obviously we don't know anything about it, but well. Sony has revealed that a new limited edition Monster Hunter World PS4 Pro bundle is coming to the UK. It had previously kind of been revealed for Japan, but it's on sale at Game, I think, for the UK as well. Has anyone seen it? It's got like a dragon on it.
It looks so good.
I haven't seen it.
It looks really, really nice.
I always think to myself, if you've already got a PS4 Pro, don't go out and buy it.
No, I don't think I'd ever buy like a limited edition or like special themed console because I already have one. But I do like the way it looks, and maybe they should sell like the vinyls, the stickers you can peel on. Maybe they should do that.
Yeah, like
that's what I was about to say. Just buy a transfer and stick it on yourself.
I don't know why they don't do more like a better variation of cover plates, because
like 7, if that.
Yeah, because I've got a Sky one.
Mine's blue.
Those vinyls are excellent. I got one for my laptop, a Darksiders one, and it just sticks in the back of my MacBook, and it's amazing. It's still on there now. I've had it for years. It's never come off. It's absolutely amazing. It never unsticks. It's so good. You just gave me a business idea. Maybe I need to license some vinyls for PlayStation so that people can stick them on. Another business idea. All these business ideas I have. One of these days I'll do something about it.
Yeah.
Okay. What we doing now? There's a new UK studio, which is made up of the developers from Drive Club and MotorStorm. It's called. Let me think the name of it now. What's the name? Wushu Studios, WUSHU, and it's starting a new game. I think what was it? It was a space game, wasn't it? It's developing a sci-fi game based around a new IP and built using Unreal Engine 4. Work began on the prototype back in September last year, and I'm just looking at some screens here, which look pretty cool. Although, actually, no, the screens I'm looking at are from Mass Effect 3. That's why they look pretty cool. But it's because it's the guy who used to work on that game. They're showing his concept art. So, okay. But there's no concept art for that one, which is a shame. It'd been nice to see that. I thought there might have been some. But no, nothing. So yeah, it's nice to know there's new IP coming anyway in it. So that's always good. Apparently, there's going to be a big announcement from Microsoft this week surrounding how they'll treat their digital games in the future. I don't know when that announcement's going to be or what it's going to be about, really. All I know is, let me just read the bit I found. This was from this guy, XHuge, EX, who I follow on Twitter, who's a sort of industry analyst, and he said there was going to be an announcement about Microsoft's. I'm just trying to find the bit so I can read it out because I can't find it. Where is it? Here we go. We'll probably see an announcement sooner. Oh no, that's not it. That's talking about something else. What is it? Seems to have disappeared. Maybe he's edited it out because there's not going to be an announcement anymore.
They've just cancelled it.
I know, he's just edited it out. Anyway, there was something about that there was going to be an announcement, and it would be about their digital future and how games will be treated in the future. But I don't know.
Okay.
I don't even see that here anymore, though, so that's a bit weird. Because I definitely saw it, because I wouldn't have wrote it down otherwise. So I'm guessing maybe he's just editing it out, saying, "Oh, I'm wrong," or something. Maybe he's wrong. No, nothing. Oh well. I'll look into that some more and find out. Finally, we've also got a PS Amiibos. We were talking about them on Twitter earlier. It's got a God of War.
Yeah.
They're not really Amiibos, obviously. They're just a third party who've obviously licensed some figures and they're making them for Sony. There's got Wipeout, God of War, Parappa the Rapper, Bloodborne, Crash Bandicoot, Little Big Planet. I think that's them all. Don't know.
Yeah, I think someone on Twitter just described it as useless tat.
Yeah.
And it will be useless tat that I think every PlayStation user is going to be like, oh, it looks like an Amiibo ripoff, but I'm going to buy it regardless because it will look nice on my shelf.
Yeah. And speaking of useless tat, we'll go on to that in a minute. In fact, let's talk about charts. Today's charts are boring, as you'd expect, because there's not been any games. So, number 1, Call of Duty. Number 2, FIFA. 3, Grand Theft Auto. Still, how many years old is that now?
Very
crazy, innit? Mario Kart Deluxe, Legend of Zelda, Pugba, Assassin's Creed, Super Mario Odyssey, Star Wars Battlefront 2, and Digimon. That's your top 10. So
yay, Digimon's in it.
it's actually cool.
Happy.
You see that there, isn't it? I quite like the one I played. Is that the one I played, Cyber Sleuth Hacker Memory, from ages ago, or is that a new version?
No, that's the new one. Cyber Sleuth was that it had one before it. It had one before it. There was Digimon World as well. This
is what confuses me about Namco and their games. Games got this Digimon and Naturo and all that. There's so many of them. It's got one a week. It's crazy, so it is. It's like, bloody hell. Slow down. Okay. And the biggest bit of news, which we were going to talk a bit more about, was this Nintendo Labo cardboard rubbish, which has been announced. Now, to be fair, when I first saw it, I thought to myself, when I saw the cardboard being printed in the trailer, I thought to myself, oh no, what the hell is this? And then I saw what it does, and I thought, oh, well, to be fair, that's pretty clever. I mean, you've got the fishing rod, and you've got the piano and stuff. And I'm trying to think what's in the first one. I think it's a piano, a fishing rod, a little robot thing that you attach your Joy-Con to. It's basically just a bit of cardboard shaped in the shape of legs that you squat your Joy-Con into, and then you can use the vibrate to move it about. And I can't remember what the other one was. And there's also this robot backpack thing.
There was a house.
Yeah, I don't know what that house was all about.
Never do I.
So it's basically that, and you can see the potential. I mean, they can release all this other stuff that you can play with. To be honest, warning signs. If this is aimed at kids, given that I've got 3 of them, warning signs just flashing in my brain going, oh God, it's a disaster. I mean, I know what kids is. I know we've got, like, we can just sort of put the whole toys to game into this category, because this is basically what this cardboard thing is. And it's good for a day or two, and then they get bored of it, and it just sits there gathering dust. I mean, so the Lego Dimensions, for instance, which we bought loads of them, they kind of played it for a little while, got bored of it. Now it just sits there in a box, not getting used ever.
Dear.
And like, so you're just like, oh, that was a waste of money. But see, with the cardboard things, these are obviously bigger. Once you build them, they're in, like, imagine this fishing rod one, for instance, or even the piano. These are quite big physical they're not tiny, do you know what I mean? They're quite big. So you need to find somewhere to store all them and then put them in the corner, whatever. Like I said to someone, it'll look like a recycling box in your corner with this cardboard in it. But so you have all this stuff piled in there, especially if you get a robot one, which is even bigger. And then I don't know about anybody else, but I've got a golden retriever who loves chewing up cardboard, so that would last about 2 seconds in my house before he chewed it all over the floor.
It's like my dogs.
And if it's not him chewing it all over the floor, it's the kids just leaving it lying on the floor, and then he'll chew it, or the kids will leave it lying on the floor, and then someone will stand on it, and then that's it wrecked. It's just that I don't like it. I think it's tat as well. I mean, why would I want to pretend I'm fishing with a bit of cardboard and try and pull my screen up from the floor, or play a piano? Somebody's going to me, it's great education, like, making it sound like Nintendo's the first to come up with an idea that will teach kids how to play piano or become engineers with bits of cardboard. They'll do anything to justify this. And I'm just thinking, they're going, oh, but you can get this bit of cardboard, 20 quid, so it's worth it. A cardboard keyboard, it's well worth it, because your kid will learn to play piano. I just sent them a link in Amazon for a plastic piano, which costs about 90 pence. And going, well, that's a better piano than that one is.
God.
You know what I mean? I just think it's a complete and utter waste of time. I commend them for their being clever and stuff like that, because it's quite a clever idea. I think you've got to hold your hats up, but I think I just don't think cardboard's the way to go, and I don't know. I think they're going to release the templates like for free. So if you buy this lot, if they ever get broke or whatever, they'll release templates so you can print some more bits off and stuff. So I guess that makes it a bit better, but nah, I just think people use it for a day and then that'll be that. It'll just be, oh yeah. And I think the people who have pre-ordered it already probably aren't buying it for their kids. They're probably buying it for themselves because they're big Nintendo fans or whatever, and they're just going, oh, I've got to try this. So, but I think ultimately it'll completely fall off a cliff, just like most of this stuff does.
Yeah, I think fundamentally, I think it does sound like a very kind of clever idea. It kind of, like Rebecca said before the podcast, like it kind of coincides with just the child kind of appeal of Nintendo. But I think it just I don't know, it just, like you say, it sounds a bit impractical. Like, I wouldn't want hordes of cardboard just lying around in my room. Like, it's not something you can kind of store away. Like the amiibos and stuff that they've implemented, where you can they look nice and you have somewhere to put them, but it doesn't sound like you can kind of keep loads of cardboard in your room. Like, it just sounds a bit impractical. Clever, but very impractical.
Yeah.
You can generally tell with these sort of things if you go on Amazon how popular they're going to be. Like, I went on there and it went up the top of the sort of movers and shakers list on the day that they put it over pre-orders, but now it's kind of disappeared, which kind of generally tells you everything you need to know, that it's not probably going to sell that well, because if it was pure an idea everybody thought was amazing, it would stay at the top of the list for forever, like a lot of things do, like the Switch always did and stuff like that. But I don't know, I just don't think it will sell very well. I think it's just another sort of Wonder Book. Remember that from Sony, Wonder Book? The book? No. Not remember that? It's like a
very
book
vaguely.
With is it AR? I think it's called augmented reality. So you put the book in front of the camera and then you appear in the TV screen with the book, but obviously it looks like the book's things coming out the book, and it was like Harry Potter. So you would play different puzzles and stuff with the book using this book with your PlayStation Move, and it was like a Harry Potter story. It was quite cool, but I mean, I got sent one anyway, and I would never have bought it otherwise. But it was quite cool. Kids liked it, but after a day, it was just like, yeah, okay, I've done that. Bye. I'm waiting to look at iTunes or YouTube or whatever. This is what I mean. I mean, stuff like that now. Like, you're not really going to get a 4 or 5 year old playing with these cardboard things, because it's a game, it's a bit more technical, so I don't suppose they'll really know what they're doing. They'll kind of need adult help to. So, but then you go a bit older to like my son's age 7, 8, and they'd rather watch YouTube. I think they'd rather watch their favourite people on YouTube or play. I mean, my 8-year-old likes Fortnite. No, I mean, I can't get him off it. It's like, no, you're not playing that, but he plays it with his cousin. I mean, and if that's the sort of games they're playing, are they really going to be interested in bits of cardboard and pretend fishing? I've just literally took all his toys to the charity shop because he doesn't use any of them. I've just took them all, and all he uses is his iPad and his PlayStation. He's not interested in toys. I don't know. I mean, I can only go by my own kids, but I don't know what other people's kids who are play with toys. I really don't know. But maybe it's just the way it is because technology's so in your face and there all the time now that toys kind of take a back seat, maybe. I don't know.
Possibly. Maybe what they're going to do is see how it goes with the original designs coming out in April, and then if it, successes towards a certain target audience, maybe they'll up the designs to be more complicated, or if a younger target audience is the one who's actually benefiting from it, maybe they'll make more designs at a lower target audience age, and then, they're just focusing on a specific age, because obviously, the Switch, everyone of different age groups is enjoying that. I do think that this is a product that's aimed at a younger audience, so I feel like this first launch might just be we'll see who predominantly buys it, and then we might make a second batch, for the audience. Is that sort of what you think, Nicole?
Yeah, it sounds like it's one of those things where they need to put it out in the market to kind of see how it settles and see who it appeals to most.
It's a bit difficult though, because when you first put it out in the market, these hardcore Nintendo fans are going to buy it. The ones who would, as Michael Patcher says, buy a bit of cardboard if it said Nintendo on it. That's what he said.
But even though if it appeals to hardcore fans, I mean, that's still a target audience to consider.
It probably doesn't even appeal. They probably just buy it because it's a new thing from Nintendo.
Yeah, regardless, they get money for it. And I suppose that's what they're putting out there to make money.
It's a bit deceiving. Is that the word? It's a bit deceiving as far as Nintendo's concerned, because they know their hardcore fans will buy it, but then that's not who it's aimed at, really. In that case, it's more aimed at the kids. So if it sells a bunch, just to start with, to these fans, and then it stops selling, then obviously the kids aren't really interested in it, and it just sold because the fans bought it. Do you know what I mean? I showed my 8-year-old.
It'll be short-lived regardless.
Yeah, because I showed my 8-year-old. I always showed him all the videos. If anything news released that I think I like to get their opinion on it, and I showed him the video, and it caught his attention for maybe about 30 seconds before he said, "Okay, bye." So I mean, that's like, I can only, because I mean, you can only ask the kids what they think it. So I showed them, and they weren't really that interested. So I mean, it's a good way to get it. It's a good way to judge just by asking them. But obviously, everyone's different, so who knows? Maybe it'll take off, maybe it won't. I mean, Nintendo's not the first to do this sort of thing, as we know. Sony does it all the time. I remember iPet, and like I mentioned one about iPet, that was quite good as well, but that was another thing they soon got bored of pretty quickly.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I don't know if Microsoft's ever tried anything like that. Maybe with Kinect, if you can count that. But okay. Don't know. It's just the audience, and it just depends who likes what. I mean, I like Switch, but I don't play it that much. I don't know what you think. Just have a Switch, any use?
No,
I want to get one.
I want to, but I'm waiting for Pokemon.
Yeah, I'm waiting for Pokemon, Animal Crossing. Obviously, I want to play Zelda, but at the minute, I just know if I get a Switch now, I'm going to fail my degree, so I'm going to graduate and then sort of treat myself, I think.
Yeah, exactly, though. You want to Switch for the things that people, I would say, would want a Switch for. Zelda, Mario.
It's a Nintendo own,
Pokemon.
Isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, the only reason I have a Switch is because I just like technology, really. It's not because it was Nintendo, it's just because, that's a pretty cool idea, and then I tried it, and I quite like Mario. I don't think it's the greatest game ever, some people seem to. I think it's just a decent game. I think Zelda's better. I prefer Zelda. But yeah, there's some good games on it. I'm looking forward to playing Animal Crossing, Pokemon as well. That'll be awesome. But I'd still like to see more. I'd rather see. This is probably where I'm different from Nintendo fans, because I'd rather not see bits of cardboard and sort of games that are basic. Because it's £70 for this game, so it's a throwaway game. Really, it's not a sort of game you're going to play all the time, is it? It's going to be the sort of game you'll play once a month. Or just go, I might try that again. But I imagine the game itself that comes with it's just a collection of sort of tech demos, don't you think?
Maybe.
Most likely. A bit like 1-2 Switch. And I think 1-2 Switch is probably the best example, where it's just all sort of mini games. So obviously my kids have played that about 3 times since I got it. So I don't know how old that is now. But I imagine it's a bit like that. So £70's quite a lot of money for that. Whereas if you pay like £50 or whatever it is for Zelda or Mario, you can spend hours playing those games.
Yeah.
You just get sort of sunk into them. I'd like to see more games like that, and that's what I'd prefer. Because obviously Nintendo's good at releasing. They kind of remind me of Microsoft in that way. They're kind of good at releasing the games that they'll know sell, but I don't think they really try and make too many new IPs. I know we got Splatoon and ARMS, but I'd like to see more. But I don't know how much resources they've got in terms of first party development. I mean, if they're all working on new Marios and new Splatoons and Zeldas and stuff, I mean, I don't know how much resources they've got to then make other new games. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Would you like to see any new IPs?
I wouldn't say no to them. You know, I'm always open for new sort of things. I think the thing is, for me, the reason I want a Switch though is purely for the Nintendo games that I can't get on my PlayStation.
Yeah, that's same with me, to be honest. Like, I'm just waiting to see the step up in Pokemon on Switch. But to be honest, even if they introduce like on DS, they've got like the eShop thing where you can buy like the old Pokemon games.
Oh, yeah.
Like if they introduce that on Switch, to be honest, I'd probably be more inclined to buy it. Because I prefer that handheld to the DS. Like, I think I'd enjoy it a bit more. Because it's a bit bigger and stuff like that. But I mean, other than that, I'm not interested in buying it until
what you want on it.
Yeah, exactly. I don't see the point in buying it, because all I do now is buy it for like Zelda, possibly Mario. That'd be it.
Yeah, I mean,
it's not got that appeal yet.
It's kind of in danger of becoming a sort of the new Vita almost. From what I can tell, it's awful a lot of focus on indie games. Not that that's necessarily a bad thing, but obviously it's not really the reason most people would have bought it. They would buy it because they want sort of big budget games. But it's the way it's going at the moment. There's an awful lot of sort of indie games, and there's no reason why they can't both sort of live together. But there's a big focus on the indie games at the moment because there's no real third party support, I wouldn't say. I mean, you've got older games coming to it like Doom and Skyrim, and Ubisoft's obviously good at supporting it. But you'd like to see more from the likes of EA and Activision, maybe Rockstar, maybe some of the others as well. It'd just be nice to see some, because you get all these games coming out like Battlefront or Assassin's Creed, whatever, and you just want to see them come to Switch as well, because it'd be really cool to play them on the go, I think. Although, give me a bit of a headache, because then I'd be going, oh, do I buy it on Switch or do I buy it on PlayStation?
I'm wondering if that's why there's more indie games on the Switch at the minute, because they are, generally they're 2D and they're more about puzzles, they're less about action and, fast-paced adventure. So I'm wondering if that's why a lot of the indie games have moved to the Switch. I love indie games, so I think it's great that there's, a platform for them to go on, as well as PlayStation, Xbox. But I'm just wondering if, it's not necessarily we don't have any games on the Switch that are big titles, because obviously, because we've got Zelda, Mario Kart. You've got my memory leaves me, but there are games coming out this year as well, and I think the indie games going on there is a great thing, because some of these indie games are tiny, and it's great to have that little bit more exposure. Even if they're just on the store, people will be like, oh, look, there's that.
Yeah, I completely agree with that. I don't think it's because like Switch are lacking that content. I think it's just because it's more appropriate. For instance, like if I had a choice if Assassin's Creed was on Switch or on PlayStation, I wouldn't go to Switch for it.
No, I wouldn't.
Whereas
either.
if there was an indie game like, say on my Vita, if there was an indie game, like a side-scrolling indie title, I'd prefer to play it on my Vita. So there's kind of preferred titles for consoles, and I think indie games kind of identify that with the Switch. Like, you know, and it's like, okay, right, that's the platform for them. And it just makes more sense.
Yeah, I kind of get that. Yeah, it's quite cool to be able to play your sort of smaller games on the go. So, and you don't need to worry too much about graphics, do you, when it comes to the indie games? So you're not going to lose anything on Switch that you would get on PlayStation. Whereas, like you say, maybe with the bigger games, you would lose something by playing on Switch, because you'd probably losing the sort of online capabilities. Because obviously Switch isn't quite as good at that sort of thing, playing with friends and stuff, and also the graphics and performance. So it's, like you say, it's probably why it's more ideal for indies. Yeah, I would agree with that. But yeah, I don't know. I like it. I think it's a good system, but I think, like most of them, it has its issues. But I just wish I'd play it more. I've not touched it in ages, and I know it's such a good system, but it's a bit like, I keep wanting to start Stardew Valley on it, but then I've got Golf Story, and I think myself, I'll fight that first, and then I never ever get down to it, because it's just like, oh, maybe I should play. So the next one, I'm planning to play the Monster Hunter. I'm not really a fan. I decided to rent it and give it a go, because I've not played the game in a while, so I thought to myself, let's give it a go. It's a new game. I've got this new game thing, right? New game fever. I just like to try out the new games.
Gosh.
So yeah, what about anybody else? What are you planning and playing next, sort of, that's new? Not that you've got already, but what that's new?
Shadow of the Colossus for me, and then the last Little Nightmares DLC, which is on the 23rd of February.
Which is super excited for.
I'm so excited. But I'm sad at the same time because I don't want it to finish, but I want it to finish because I've been playing this game since last July.
Yeah.
That's it for me.
I'm trying to think.
Much.
I'd say Shadow of the Colossus. I've not played it yet. Like, I've not played it as of yet, so I'm quite excited to play that. And I do want to play Monster Hunter World. But I do want to get that, but I'm going to wait until I finish Digimon first. Because it looks like...
Priorities.
Yeah, priorities, because I'm enjoying it so much so far. But yeah.
So, right, okay. We may as well move on. Anyone? What else we got to talk about? User questions? Have we got any?
I think we had some user questions from... Yes, it will take me a second to go and pull the tweet up there if you want to.
That's cool. We'll talk about them. We never really had a topic this week, did we? But then, it's what happens when it's quiet. That's what happens when it's quiet.
I've just got to find it.
Have we got any competitions at the moment? Are we doing our SquareXO January
SquareXO,
at all?
I think. Yeah, so there's a few days of SquareXO January left. We haven't had too many entries, actually, so it might be worth just mentioning that that's coming to the end at the end of January. And if you put a screenshot up with the hashtag SquareXO January, you'll be entered in our competition, and then there'll be a poll at the end of the month.
Yeah.
Have we got a prize this time?
It's a Sackboy.
Oh, we still
I'm not
got
sure which one it is.
I wonder where they're all coming from.
I
This
don't know.
endless supply of Sackboys.
Okay, so I've got the questions up. So the first question's from Jack Croxall, and it says, what do you guys think of the Nintendo Labo announcement? Do you think it will sell well? We already sort of talked about that. I mean, do we think it will sell?
Nah.
You don't think it will? I think it will. I think the hype will mean that it will sell, especially on release date. I think there'll be a lot of sales. Yeah. I don't know if it's something that in 5 years they'll still be producing, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. So yeah, that's basically what I think, to be honest. I think it'll sell initially, and then it'll be like, in a couple of months' time, what's that again? Yeah. So yeah, it's kind of
it'll disappear quickly, I think.
I think the thing is, it's one of these things where it looks really cool, but you can see it wearing off, like, the hype really quickly. Like, the second you've got it. And also take into account, you have to make all of these things yourself. Like, some of them look really complicated. Like, it's not... Some of them are easy, but then the robot one, you have to attach all the strings. It's just a bit like...
That sounds like a headache, to be honest.
Yeah. So that was from Jack, and then we've got Sean, who we all know very well. Yeah. What game coming out this year do you think will be a surprise hit like Nier Automata and Hellblade was last year?
Oh, that's a good question.
That's quite hard to actually answer though, because
Yeah.
I mean, like Hellblade sort of came out of nowhere. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it did. Yeah. I'm trying
I'm
to think.
hoping Darksiders 3 will be a big hit.
Yeah.
But, oh, God.
I mean, hopefully it's another, game like that. One that sort of comes out of the blue and people are a bit, I don't know, because it's an independent game. And it, blows everybody away. We've been talking about this today, haven't we, Nicole? We need to get it.
Yeah, like literally, I'm me and you are having a serious conversation after this podcast. I'm making you cake because I'm going to do it.
But I don't know. I'm hoping, fingers crossed, there'll be some sort of indie game announcement or something that has a little bit of an independent flair or original and unique concept that sort of appears, because everybody's obviously got their eyes on God of War and Spider-Man and all the other big hits. It would be nice to have something, that's not been announced yet and just appears halfway through the year, and it does as well as those two games that Sean mentioned.
Yeah, that's what I'd like. A kind of really understated game that's really flown under the radar, and it just pops up in amongst like God of War, and they're like, "Hey guys, like, I'm doing just as well as you." That would be really good. I like that because it makes me feel happy when stuff like that happens.
Yeah, it's great, isn't it?
Yeah.
Do you have anything for that, Joe, apart from Darksiders?
I'm hoping Darksiders do well, but otherwise, I'm trying my best, racking my brain, trying to think what ones could be a hit that are coming out. Maybe that Way Out, the one by EA, it's got an indie studio.
Oh yeah, is it The Prison?
Yeah, I don't know. For me, I have a feeling that will kind of go down like Ghost Recon Wildlands, like kind of where it's like massive hype because it looks like it has a really kind of appealing co-op concept. Like, because don't get me wrong, I'm really looking forward to it, but I just reckon it will kind of come out, be good for about 5 minutes, and then it'll be like, oh, okay, wow, next game, please. Kind of get that vibe with it.
I think that's the problem with a lot of games on it. A lot of them kind of people move on quite quickly. So it's always tough to say what could be a hit or whatever. It seems more and more likely that if anything's going to be a hit, it's a game with Fortnite, Pogba, now a game along those lines that's sort of online multiplayer. That seems to be the ones that become hits now, isn't it? Mostly. They're the ones.
That's a shame. I do like the narrative ones.
Yeah, me too. I do like them, but it's just sort of seems to be the way it going. The ones that get the most hype are the ones everyone's sort of playing together.
Yeah,
that seems to be the way, I think. There's a game called Lost Sphere. What's that? Is that an old game? Is it?
Don't know. I've never heard of that.
I've heard of that.
No, it's not. It's coming out. It's coming out soon, actually. 23rd of January. It's by Square Enix, but I think it's like an indie one.
Yeah, I've seen loads of hype about it. I'm not sure what it is, but I've seen loads of hype about it.
Jeez, it's coming out tomorrow as well.
Yeah.
Jeez, shows you how much attention I've been paying recently. I'll need to look into that one now. That flew under my radar. But there's a lot of games, there's a lot of remastered ones in there coming out. Assassin's Creed Rogue and Dark Souls.
Yeah.
Shadow
I'm not
of the
sure how
Colossus.
appropriate Rogue's going to be, though, to be honest. Like, I can't wait to play it, but I don't know how appropriate it's going to be, because obviously, naturally, people are going to compare it to Origins now, and I just don't know. I think it's, like, too soon to release that, because it's going to look like a step back. I don't know. But
It's bizarre. This really is the remastered generation, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, I feel like every year at one of these big game awards, you can now expect to hear, remastered for the first time in
Yeah, it does seem
4K
to be the remastered generation. I mean, if you think things like, what's it going to say there? I just kind of remember so many last time round on PS3 and stuff. There was some, but I think it's really stepped up this time round. I mean, I think Burnout Paradise as well has been remastered. I'm very happy about that, by the way, but I mean, that's crazy that they're finally doing something with it. That people have been asking for that game, a new one of those, for ages. So obviously, if this remaster that's coming out in March, according to rumours, is to be believed, then if people buy that in their droves, then we might eventually get a new one, which would be quite cool. Really like that game. Absolutely brilliant. Burnout Paradise. So good. But I'd kind of like to, if they're doing remasters, I'd kind of like a remaster of a game that came out a long time. Rather than remasters of PS3 games that I've already played, I'd quite like remasters of games that from
like
way back.
Croc Legend of the Gobos, like where's the remaster for that? Come on.
Desert Strike, that was a cool game. Desert Strike, you were in a wee helicopter and you just had to rescue the soldiers or something. Cannon Fodder. These are all really old games that were quite cool at the time, but then maybe they'd lose their appeal when you played them again. I don't know. They were quite cool at the time. I remember playing this game when I was little. It was a really old game, Harrier Jump Jet or something it was called, and it was so basic. It was like a 2D, and you just fly this wee Harrier Jump Jet along the screen, and the aim was just to try and, I think you had to rescue hostages, but then you had to try and get to your airship before you get blown up. It was so simple and basic, but it was cracking at the time. But then imagine you'd play it now and you'd be like, oh my god, that's terrible.
Yeah.
Games have come along so fast though, they've just improved. Even when you kind of look at PS3 and then you look now and you just think, bloody hell. You look back to PS2 games and how they look on there, or a PS1 game, and then you look at PS4, it's just crazy how far it's come so quickly. Isn't it? It's just nuts. Just think, and when it comes to PS5 or 6 or whatever, and you'll look back in your PS4 game and you'll be thinking, that looks terrible now. Because you think it's the most amazing looking thing you've ever seen, and then a few years later it's just like, oh man, it doesn't look very good, does it? It's crazy. Did we have any more questions?
Yeah, we've got one more from No Fate, and he said, when you think of PlayStation, which character do you consider as their mascot? Now, I don't know why, but I always think Nathan Drake, and I don't even know why.
Yeah.
I didn't even play Uncharted until last year. That was my first Uncharted game, Uncharted 4. No, sorry, 2016. Yeah, so I don't know why, because I'd had a PlayStation since 2014, so I don't know why my head was like, oh yeah, this guy. But even before I'd played the Uncharted games, I was like, oh yeah, when I think of PlayStation, I always just think of Nathan Drake. I don't know.
I think most people probably do now. I think that's who I'd think of.
Mine's Crash. That's who I've always associated. I mean, like, I'd say like Ratchet and Clank, but then it's not such a forefront kind of franchise. I think like immediately when I think PlayStation, Crash kind of comes to mind.
There's quite a few you could think of what Crash got to say. Nathan Drake, Sackboy was quite a good one as well. Sackboy, I'd think PS3 Sackboy kind of go together. But okay, I don't know. Don't know if it really has a mascot anymore. I don't know if it ever did. I mean,
no, there's got too many now.
If you think of Nintendo, you immediately think Mario. If you think of Sega's consoles, you'd think Sonic. I mean, and even Microsoft, you'd maybe think Halo, I would think, would be the one that would stand out.
Yeah.
But I don't know if PlayStation's got quite a few really in it when you think.
Yeah, but that's good though, isn't it? That it's got so many kind of iconic kind of characters that they've made with their kind of exclusive games that make it hard to identify just one kind of, you know, character that you'd associate with PlayStation. To me, that's a good thing, that you can't pinpoint one game. Like,
yeah, I'd say so. I'd say it's really good.
Yeah.
Can't complain. Okay, I'm right. Let's have we got anything else to talk about?
That's it for the user questions, unless you want to talk about what you've been playing or.
That won't take long.
You've been cooking, not playing games.
I wouldn't mind hearing about the Digimon game though.
Oh, I can do that.
Yeah.
Yeah. You cool for me to go first, Jane?
Yeah.
Or do you want to talk about, you know, like making your sponge cakes and stuff?
No, I'm alright. I'll sit a spit out. I've not played anything, so I can't. I don't think I have. So I'll just shush.
Okay. Wow. So I've been playing the new Digimon game, Hacker's Memory, and it is honestly like, I can't put it into words. I'm so excited to review it because I have so much good stuff to say about it. Like, I think what I'm mostly happy about is, you know, like a lot of games kind of they introduce sequels that try to appeal to that kind of mass market of, oh, bigger is better.
Yeah.
They've kept the fundamental game the same, and it's so good because I'm playing it through and it's just like they've just taken a really good game and just added a little bit more to it to make it feel new, but kept it the same at the same time. So they've added in like new Digimon and stuff, and they've added in like a new kind of turn-based kind of battling. Like that's like how obviously like the combat goes down, and they've just added in like a new kind of battle sequence in which like you have to kind of dominate a board. So you have to kind of move around a board and collect points and battle people and like kind of take their spot to earn more points. It's not like a massive change, but it's good. It just feels fresh, but it's kept everything that was good about the first game. And they've like you get to import your save from the first game. So if you played Cyber Sleuth, you get to import your data, and it keeps your hours the same. So I've got like 120 hours I think on it now. And it keeps all like the Digimon you've registered and stuff, and you get like accessories and whatnot for your Digimon, like by carrying over that data. I just really, really like it. Like I was playing it yesterday, and I was like, oh, I'm so thoroughly happy. I've never been that happy with a sequel. Like not in ages have I been that happy with a sequel. Like it was really, really good. I've thoroughly enjoyed it, and I can't wait to, like, you know, without sounding horrible, finish this podcast and go and play it, because I'm so excited to go play it. It's so
That's good though.
Cool. Right, sorry, I just had to go downstairs there.
Oh, okay.
I could still hear what you were saying though. That's the cool thing about Bluetooth.
Very
So
good.
I've found the advantage. I can go and I had to just run off. Lost my memory stick. What have you been playing, Rebecca?
Not too much new stuff. I did finish Okami HD yesterday, which was good fun, considering that when I played the Wii port, I never actually finished the game. I think I got really, really close to the ending, and then the problem was the Wii port's controls are really bad, and I just was like, I can't. Like, I knew I was getting to the final boss, and I was like, it's going to be really hard, and it's just not something I want to do on the Wii. So it's really nice, like playing it and having that nostalgic feeling of, oh, I've done this. Like this game's, you know, really nice and it's really relaxing and it's got all this amazing Japanese folklore powering it on, and then having but I have no idea what's coming up next, and that's all really exciting. So that was really good fun. So yeah, I finished that yesterday. I'm probably going to go back and try and get the platinum. Because I'm not very good at getting platinums unless they're Telltale games. But it's one of those things where the world is just like so rich, and there's things at the beginning of the game that you can't access until later in the game, and you've got to actually remember to go back and complete them. And you'll be running around and you'll be like, what's this? Like, what's this weird mark on the wall? And you're like, oh, it looks like, you know, your comrade will have to say, oh, no, you'll have to come back to that later. And you just forget. So I think it'll be nice to actually go back to the start of the game and go through everything and see what, you know, the post game has to offer based on everything that I've missed out, because I've never experienced that either. So I'm excited. It's a good game. It's very long. I remember I was talking to someone. They were like, "Oh yeah, so it's like 10 hours long, right?" I was like, yeah, no." I finished my save file at 37 hours. So
God, I'm really excited to play it.
it's really good.
You've really bigged it up to me.
It's like, I don't know if it is the nostalgia theme, but it's just like, when I think of it, I feel really happy. It's like such a nostalgic game for me, and it's really special. It's so good. It's really humorous. I think because I played it when I was a kid and I'm playing it now, I'm like, oh, I remember all this. And, so honestly, I could talk about it for days. I just think it's done really well. And the ending's amazing. Now that I've actually seen it. The ending's really good. The ending holds up the main game. But that's literally it. I've just literally been swamped with exams recently, so my video game playing has had to take a back seat, but hopefully I can get back to the important things in life soon.
Yeah, that is the important things. I'd love to have played something really. I kept meaning to, but you know, it's like life gets in the way of games sometimes, doesn't it?
More than sometimes.
So it's like, because there's nothing I like more than just sitting doing no accent playing a game. It's so nice. So I mean, I don't know. I'll get into it. I really must check out what sort of games is coming out other than the ones I know of. Sort of bigger ones. I must check out some of the smaller ones. But once I get my VR, I'll have plenty to get back on and try out some various ones. I know Rob's been reviewing a lot of stuff, hasn't he? So especially VR, he's been sort of checking that out quite a bit, hasn't he?
I think he's the only one of us who has it.
Yeah.
So that is something I would quite like to go back to. VR, but don't know. Maybe one day. I'll wait till there's a price decrease. It's because it's going to be interesting what they do. Really, but you get a bit worried about buying it, because then what if it could be that come E3 that there's another new version, a wireless version or something. I'd be a bit worried
the
about buying
wires have got into like a lot of issues, haven't they? With people tripping over them, and there's like health and safety around it. I don't think I would want one. I don't know if I'd be the sort of person who'd wait until there was a better version, but I can't see myself ever using it based on how it makes me feel. I feel like the games that are there that wouldn't make me feel nauseous are not the sort of games that like pique my interest. Like, you know, the Job Simulator or Dynagy or stuff like that. I just feel like it's not something I could sit down and play for 3 hours straight. I'm more of I want to play games that are fast and full of action. And if I'm doing that, I don't want to feel horrendously sick.
No, exactly.
I know what you
mean. It's a tough one. It's a tough sell, VR, in that respect, because I feel sick when I play it. So if I buy it, I'm limiting myself to games like you just mentioned, Job Simulator and stuff. Although they're cracking games, so it's kind of why I'm sort of on the fence, because I missed those games. I really enjoyed playing them. I thought they were absolutely brilliant, and I just thought the immersive experience of it all was absolutely. There's nothing like it. It's just so good. But the faster paced games I just couldn't get used to. They just made me feel sick, and
it's horrible, isn't it?
So it's a tough one. But I kind of still want to get it eventually. But I don't know. I kind of feel like just waiting until it comes down in price. Because the thing is, you can go back and play these games anytime, and then when you do go back, they'll be cheaper.
Well, I've like for Christmas, I got my stepdad. It was like a Justice League Gillette set, and it had like a VR headset thing in, like, you know, one of the fold-up ones that you put your phone in and download the games and stuff. Obviously, I know it's not the same thing, but I was playing it yesterday. It's really, really good. But I did start feeling sick in that.
It's horrible.
I was playing this game where you snipe people. And I took my eyes out of the thing, and I was like, "Oh my god!" I was like, "I feel rough. Like I feel awful."
Yeah, no, it does make you feel that way, so it does.
Yeah.
Anyway, okay, I think we better wrap it up now, because we're going to be well, and I got to cook something.
Yeah,
It's got to that time. There's people downstairs going, "I'm hungry." So better wrap it up. Thanks, it's good to be back. Obviously, as the year goes on, we'll have a lot more to talk about. But okay, it's just this time of year it gets quite quiet, doesn't it? So you're more looking ahead rather than talking about what's about now, really, aren't you?
Yeah.
So I'm just looking forward to what things like E3 and all the announcements, all the exciting things. That's what I always look forward to. I think I always look forward to that sort of stuff more than actually playing the games.
Really?
Yeah, it's always the way I've been. I just really like the announcements and the new stuff. And then I can get excited when the games come out.
Yeah, I sort of agree with you, because I think my next thing that I'm really looking forward to is the BAFTA Game Awards. Like last year, I wrote an opinion. Well, I wrote a recap of them. I'll probably do the same thing again. I just find it so interesting. You know, seeing who does take which place, because last year Inside did amazingly well. They took 4 awards home, and I was just like, that's incredible for an indie game.
It's nice to see, isn't it? When like a game that goes understated like gets all the kind of credit it deserves. Like,
I mean, it was in some categories with Uncharted 4, and it just, you know, when they announced it, and I remember, I just remember the day after I was like, I need to write about this, so I'll probably do the same thing on the site this year. But I agree, you know, there is a certain excitement about just the award shows or just the announcements. You're like, oh gosh, this is coming. It's a nice thing to look forward to, isn't it?
Yeah. Definitely. Okay, look, we're going away again from what we're talking about, but that was good. Yeah, it's good. Okay, thanks for joining us this episode. If you listen to the start, you'll know where we are, so follow us, know those places. It's like a bird saying it all again. Hopefully Dan will be back next time, and then we'll have a full house, because we've not had that for a while, have we?
No.
Can't even remember.
So it'd be nice to have us all back again, because it's nice to have all our opinions, and hopefully by then I'll have played the game as well. Monster Hunter. Yeah. Probably. When's that out? Is that out this week?
Friday.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'll probably have played a bit of that at least. So at least I've played something I can talk about, and I'm sure you guys have played plenty as well. Plenty Digimon.
Yeah, without a doubt.
I have to say, before we go, I did quite like what I did play of it before, because that's when I was streaming, and I streamed quite a lot of the old one, and I quite liked it. So maybe it's something
you should play the newer ones. You should play them.
Yeah, maybe it's something I'll get right to. I don't know. We'll see. Okay, thanks for joining us, everyone, and we'll see you next time. Thanks for now. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.